Welcome to True Tall Tales, where reality is stranger than fiction. My name is Sonny Boy, and welcome to another episode of Triple T. Hey guys, welcome back for another episode. Start of the year 2025. It was hard to say that. I keep forgetting. I'm at that stage where I keep doing 2024. Welcome back to season 2. Thank you for staying tuned. Hello to the new listeners out there. Guys, I just wanted to do an episode about Facebook Marketplace. Now, I'm a little bit of a late bloomer to it. Facebook, I gave up on Facebook years ago when our parents started getting it and things like that. It was just like so annoying because remember back in the day when your friends would like upload photos without your consent and make albums of like you going out, this shows my age, going out on the weekend, and then they'd tag you in it, and when they'd tag you in a photo, it would actually go onto your Facebook, so then all your family can see these photos. And my mum would be like, "Sonny boy, what's wrong with your eyes? How come they're all red? Is your eczema playing up? Is your eczema playing up?" I'm like, "No, mum, I just punched 44 bucket bongs on the weekend. Like, why would you upload that?" So yeah, that was one reason why I didn't like Facebook. Secondly, just parents and family commentating and just seeing way too much into your life was just really, really annoying. And then just even like just going to the news agency and buying the paper, and then you get home and you get a friend request, and it's just from the 70-year-old woman who works at the local news agency down the road from your house is like put a friend Facebook friend request. And I always thought that was, and I'm such a nice person for anyone that knows me, so I'd always accept, because it would just be really awkward if you didn't, because then like how can I buy the paper? Once again, shows my age. I don't know why I'm saying the paper. Let's say lotto ticket. I'd go buy like my lotto ticket or something, and they know if you haven't accepted the Facebook request. So it's like either never go back to that news agency again, or you accept them and then they know more into your life. And, the 70-year-old woman who works at the news agency selling me lotto tickets can see that I've been punching 14 bucket bongs on the weekend. Anyway, but the only reason I've kept Facebook is I think no one uses Facebook except for our parents. And people who don't really know how to use social media properly. But Facebook is really good for remembering people's birthdays. I'm bad at dates, but I'm good when I go on Facebook and it says their birthday is coming up. I'm like, hey, Cassie, happy birthday. I remember every year. But no, really, it's just Facebook. But where I'm going with this is Facebook Marketplace. Now, I've never used it in my life. I'm a late bloomer with it, as I just said before, and I just moved recently, so there was a lot of shit that I had to get rid of that was like double up that I need to get rid of. And I was just like, you know what, instead of just, because usually I've moved so many times to Canada, back from Canada, here, there, and I would just give stuff away. I'm like, hang on, you work very hard, Sonny boy, you should sell this and make some money from it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to sell my fridge, I'm going to sell my leather couch, and all these things that you can still get money for and good money for. And I had these beautiful palm tree plants and indoor plants, and I lived in the inner west in Enmore, and anyone that knows Sydney, like Newtown and Enmore and Marrickville, they love that shit. People love their plants, their indoor plants for outside, plants for balcony, plants for your computer, plants for indoor. Like, people love plants. Plants are great. I think they suck out the oxygen in your house, and it just makes you happy. And plants are just good in general, really. Greenery. I just love nature, and if you can bring nature into your house, then why not? So I was like, you know what? I've got some good plants. I can make some money. I'm going to sell my shit on Facebook Marketplace. And anyone that's listening to this episode in Australia or around the world, and if you've done it before or if you haven't, let me tell you, it is like a full-time job. It is. I will never use Facebook Marketplace again for the stress that I went through. Like, I hope this episode helps people. Like, it's kind of like you want to hire someone to do it for you, because it's so time consuming. It just put me through a lot. And then once it was there, I was stuck and I couldn't get out of it. So let me give you some examples and stuff. So first of all, I just don't think I'm equipped for Facebook Marketplace because I have too much of a heart and I'm too nice. And I say that, and I'll give you examples why. So I sold my leather couch, and then, you get people. Actually, before I get to that, let's just start off with what went off. I got like 3,000 people wanting to view. So I had like 2 frames like next to my computer, like one frame with jellyfish in it. I don't know why, but it was just like different type of jellyfish, and it was a frame. And when you move in somewhere into a small studio, you just want to make it more colorful and bright. And I should have bought something more artistic, but I don't even know where I got it from. And the other one was different types of mushrooms, very colorful. So 2 big frames, really, really nice pictures of different types of mushrooms, and it would have like words underneath it explaining what mushroom it is, and different types of jellyfish, which are 2 really. Let me tell you. Those 2 things, like I said, got about 3,000 clicks and views on Facebook Marketplace. Once again, I did live in the inner west, so everyone's getting high. And as I told you before, I used to do bucket bongs, not on a regular basis, not on a reggae. I've smoked weed before, but I'm joking about the bucket bongs. Well, I'm not joking. I have tried it, but I wasn't doing 14 a week. That's insane, bro. Insane. But anyway, let me tell you. So they went off. People were messaging that no tomorrow, and I actually put them up for $20 each or 2 for $30, because I was just, and I didn't know how to price things on Facebook Market. I could have put them up for $40 or $50 and they would have sold the amount of clicks that I had. And what's interesting about it is what's annoying about Facebook Marketplace and people writing, they all say the same thing, saying, is this still available? Is this still available? Well, if it's up, it's still available. So stop saying that. And so when you're getting 3,000 messages from people, I'm just scrolling through, and the ones that said, is it still available? I wouldn't even, where do you start? I wouldn't even click on theirs to view them, to say, yeah, I can sell it to you and stuff. The ones that were saying hello or just something different, I would reply to them and say, yes, it's still available. Do you want 2? Do you want 1? Blah, blah, blah. And then I had this girl say yeah, I'll take them both. I was like, oh, it's sweet. I'll give it to this. It's kind of first in, best dress, right? So I'll give it to this girl. And then she messaged me and she's like, oh, would you be able to meet me halfway and meet me at Ashfield Station? I live in Enmore. And I was like, sorry, ? She goes, oh, I live such and such else and you live in Enmore. Could you come to Ashfield Station, which is halfway for you and halfway for me, and meet me there and bring the frames there and I'll pay you cash there? And I'm like, no. Why would I do that? You're the one who wants to buy the frames. If you're going to a Reebok store to buy a pair of fucking joggers, you don't call the Reebok store and go, hey, how you going? Yeah, could you meet me halfway if I buy those shoes and meet me at Ashfield Station and bring the shoes with you? No. Facebook Marketplace. I'm selling something that you want. My house is the shop. You've got to come to the shop to buy it. So annoying how people come up with these questions saying that. I'm like, is she fucking serious? Anyone that's listening to this episode would probably be laughing if you've used Facebook Marketplace, because you've had a lot of these examples. I'd love to hear examples, by the way. But yeah, I was blown away by that. And I was itching my head oh, this is so frustrating. She's annoying. Block, delete, you're not getting them. And then, just went down the list, and then I just looked at one that said, I can come now to pick it up. And then I was done. You know what I mean? Cash, done now, get rid of it. I'm moving, boom. And it was this guy, and he came in a van, and he bought them. And yeah, I was just, I don't know. And the weird thing is, I don't know why I get this feeling, but when he drove all the way to my house, and I gave him the frames, and I went downstairs, and he gave me the cash, I felt guilty, I was doing something wrong, I was ripping them off or something. I don't know why, and I don't know why I'm getting this feeling, but I was I felt I don't know, I don't know. It was just a really weird feeling that they were giving me cash and driving all that way, and I was just oh, these are things that I just would have chucked out anyway, but they're paying for it and driving to get it. I don't know. But at the end of the day, when someone wants something, they'll pay for it, so I have to get over that. So I did have that feeling. That was the first thing I sold. Then there was I sold one of my leather couches, and it was an Asian man who contacted me. He would have been in about his 60s, and he asked me questions to measure it. Mind you, I'm not a tradie at all, so I did have a measuring tape in my second drawer for some reason. Don't know whose that is. Maybe I had it to measure my dick or something. I don't know. Just joking. And so yeah, I had a measuring tape, and then the man was oh, how long is it and how tall is it? And I was oh yeah, shit, fuck. People want to know measurements so they can fit it in their car and stuff. I don't know. I didn't put that in description. I've never used Facebook Marketplace. I was oh, I'm so sorry. Acted dumb. Sorry, was it not there? Let me size it when I get home. So I got the measuring tape out, and I measured long and then up, and I gave him the measurements, and then he was like, are you sure, like, this is it? Like, I can't imagine that being. I'm like, yeah, I just measured it for you. And I just did not know how to read a like measuring tape. I actually took a screenshot and like sent it to my friend Dr. Madison. And Dr. Madison's one of my best mates, and I sent it to him, and I was like, I call him Dr. Madison because it's my first friend to become a doctor. So anyway, I sent a picture to him saying, hey, I feel really dumb. I don't know how to reply back to this guy's message. I don't know how to read a measuring tape. And he said, oh, just give it to them in centimeters and let them work it out. And I was like, okay, cool. So I gave it in centimeters to the Asian man in his 60s who wanted to buy the leather couch. So yeah, I gave it to him. He goes, cool, I'll take it. And then I also, very smart, my friend Heidi told me this, I also said anything that I was selling, like fridges or couches, anything heavy or big, that I've had a back injury and you need to bring your own help to pick it up, because I don't want people rocking up thinking that I'm going to help them doing it, because why? Like, if I'm selling it and you want it, bring your own help, if that makes sense. If it is in the description, the ones that want it will read it. So I did say that I had back issues, you'll have to bring a friend and, you know, your own car to pick it up or what, so blah, 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 blah. So that was in there. And then next, he's like, all right, I'll buy it. I was like, sweet, I've got rid of the couch. You know, that's another big object. So the next day, he was coming at like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh, like, how are you getting here? And he's like, oh, I'm coming from Redfern, and I will come first in an Uber. And I was like, is he going to get this in an Uber? Like, Ubers are not going to take like a 2-seater couch. That's weird. He goes, no. I've hired a removalist to pick it up. And I was like, you're buying the couch for like $160. Like, the removalist is going to cost more than that. Like, once again, weird, me feeling like I'm ripping them off, and it's just like they could just go out. If they're spending $160 on the couch, and then how much they're paying for the removalist, they could have bought a brand new couch, 2-seater couch. Do you get what I mean? Like, it was like that was the thoughts that was going through my head. Anyway, I don't know why I care so much, but I do, and I felt bad. And he said he was coming at 10 o'clock in the morning. It was like now 9:30, and I was like, all right, I've got half an hour till he gets here. I cleaned the couch and everything, leather cleaner and all these things, once again, because I said I'm so nice and I feel like I'm doing something wrong. And I bought myself a coffee. Anyway, I got home, and someone like my buzzer was ringing, like, and I was like, hello. And he's like, hey, I'm here to pick up the couch. And I was like, it's like 9:40, like, you're like early. You said 10 o'clock. And he goes, yeah, I know, I just wanted to be there before the removalist got there, and I wanted to check out the couch. I was like, yeah, cool, well, I'm just like, that's fine, but lucky I'm home. So I let him up, and he looked at it, and he's like, oh, it's really good, this is what I wanted, it's nice. I was like, yeah, no problems. And then he's like, my removalist is coming at 10 o'clock, can he come out the front? I said, yeah, he can pick it up from the front, like, cars can park there. So then he like says, oh, is it okay if you help me? And by the way, mind you, it was so hot this day. Like, I'm talking like I had the aircon on for the people that were coming to my house to pick up the fridge and the couch that day, because it was just so hot. So they had like cool air to come into, once again, being so nice. And it was really, really hot. And he was this little Asian man. He reminded me of my mom. He was really little. He was in his 60s, and he was sweating. And I was like, do you need a water? And he's like, I'm okay. And he's like, oh, do you mind helping me move the couch? And I was like, so annoying. Like, it wasn't in the description. He didn't bring help. But the couch was light, to be fair, and I didn't have a back injury. But I was just like, I said that because I didn't want to help. But I was like, he's a man in his 60s. He's by himself. He's got a removalist coming. Like, I felt bad. I felt so bad. So and I wanted to get rid of it. So I was like, okay, no problems. And he gave me the cash. And then like, I felt like I was a stripper or something. Felt like I was doing something I shouldn't be doing. I don't know. It was weird. So then I helped him pick up the couch, and we got out. And I'm not like a removalist person ever, or a tradie. Like, it was like, I don't know how to twist it to fit it through doors like that. And it's fucking hot. Like, I was just like this. I'm shit at Tetris. Like, the shape's going. I'm like, fuck this shit. Like, fuck this shit. Anyway, sorry for the swearing. Anyway. So I help him, and then we're going down, because I live on the second floor. So then we're going down the stairs, and obviously I'm first. So I've got to lift it up high for him. And we literally do like 4 stairs. We walked down 4 stairs. He goes, please, like, just stay there, hold, like, and he's like literally out of breath. He looked like he was gonna have a heart attack. Like, he was sweating, and I was like, are you okay? Like, are you sure you can do this? And mind you, the couch is light. It's a very light couch. And he's like, yes, I need to rest. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, like, we've only gone 4 steps. We've got like at least like 16 stairs to go. But I felt bad, and we're like sweating in the hallway. I'm like, all right, you let me know when you're ready. So we go again, and then we rest, and we go again, and then we rest, and then we get down, and we've got to fit it outside the front door, and then we put it on the front, like, you know, the front of my house on the couch, and he sits on it. And I was like, do you want me to go get you some water? And he's like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, are you sure? Like, you're sweating, like, you look really hot. And he's like, no, I'm okay. I don't know. Maybe he thought I was trying to poison him or something, but just would not let me give him water. It's like 38 degrees outside. Like, he looks like he's about to die, and he's waiting for the removalist. So then I go upstairs, and what else can I do? I helped him. I offered him water. It's given me the cash. I've just done my hooker dance. I've stripped. And I go upstairs, and the removalist guy truck was meant to come at like 10, but it was now like 10:15 because I keep like peeking outside like my balcony window, and he's like still there and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like, he's still there. And then they end up coming at 10:30, and like I was just like watching just in case they needed more help. And I don't know, it was just weird. And as soon as they gone, I was like, oh my God, now the couch is gone. Like, that's just like one item. Do you know what I mean? But it's like the thing about Facebook Marketplace, it's like the amount of messages that you go through, it's like dating, you know what I mean? On like Tinder and all the apps and stuff. It's to and from conversations, this, that, I'll give you this price. Like, no, if I'm offering something for $100 and you say to me, I'll give it to you for $40, I'm not cutting off $60. Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here. Like, anyway, so then there's that one. Then I had this, like, because my studio didn't have like built-in cupboards, and they're making you pay nearly $500 a week in rent. Stupid Sydney. So I bought 3 years ago. I bought this, like, I guess like wardrobe, but it was like a see-through wardrobe. So it was like kind of like wood bamboo, very funky, very Bali, like I'm on vacay. Like, I wanted that design for my room to hang all my clothes, put my towels in. Like, it was very funky. But I bought it from like Target for maybe $150 or $160. Now, when I moved into that studio 3 years ago and put that together, it literally took me 5 hours to put together. Like, I'm not joking, like literally 5 hours, to the point that like, and don't even get me started about like Allen keys and with like the 900 bolts that I had to do. Like, that is fucking torture. Like, if you want to torture someone, like, put them in a round room with no windows and just say, hey, put this together. Like, it's just so, it makes me so itchy. Like, I'm scratching right now of like what I went through. Like, I was literally, like, I did it backwards. I fucked up. I had to like get the Allen key and take the bolts out again. I was like punching myself in the leg, like, fucking hell, like, how come you can't do it? Like, how come you can't do it? Like, I was so angry at myself. Ended up doing it, but it was like 5 hours later. So I sold this. And once again, like the mushroom frames and the jellyfish frames as well, like, this had a lot of hits. Like, I'm talking like 2,000 hits of people wanting this. And now I understand why, which I didn't know at the time till my friend Grace told me. So the fact that I've put that together, I don't know why, but because I bought it from Target for $160 and I've had it for 3 years, I put it up for $30 or $25, which apparently is really, really cheap to put up, because I didn't think it was worth that much. And no one would pay because it's like secondhand, right? But I did say you need to bring, if you live close by, you could walk it home, which I live in Enmore, or you would need a van to pick it up because you can't unscrew it. And the reason you can't take it down, like whatever that word is, deframe it? No, I don't even know. But disassemble it. You can't even disassemble it because it took me 5 hours to put together. I had like 900 bolts with Allen keys, and I'm not going to have someone sitting there inside my studio unbolting it for like 5 hours. Like, no way in the world. So I put that in the description on Facebook Marketplace, once again saying, you know, if you want it, bring a van, blah, 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 $25 or $30, whatever it was. So 2,000 hits for that. Once again, can I disassemble it? I said, no, read the description. Oh, like, blah, 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 blah. I said, you need to bring your own help, and just how long is it? Just so many questions, and just just stupid things where Facebook Marketplace gets really annoying with people. There's a lot of weirdos out there. And anyway, once again, everyone of those 2,000 clicks and messages saying, is this still available? Is this still available? Is this still available? Is this still available? No, like not even going to reply to you. Not even going to reply to you. And then there was like a guy that was like, good afternoon, sir. Like, just I was interested in getting this. I also have a van because I'm moving at the moment, so I could come pick it up. Great. Hello, afternoon. How are you? I've got a van. You read my description. Replied back to this guy straight away. This 26-year-old guy from Sydney. He had a van because he was moving into a new place that obviously didn't have built-in cupboards as well, and he wanted to buy it. And turns out he's getting a good bargain because it's $25 or $30. Because my friend Grace said the reason why so many people want that and you sold it for so cheap is you've already put it together. So no one has to put that together again. You've done it for them. And I was like, oh. And she goes, that's why you should have asked for more money. I was like, oh, I get it now. I'm like, oh, whatever. Anyway, I'm so itchy, so dusty. I hate moving. It's like the worst thing in the world. That's what was going through my head. So the guy came over who was, out of all the sellers that I had, he was the most easiest and just like good communication and stuff. So it was really, really nice. I had one. And then he didn't have anyone to help him as well. But that was one of the biggest things in my studio that I kind of wanted to get rid of because if no one bought it, I wouldn't able to just disassemble it. I would actually have to like, I don't know, get something to bash it up or something and take it down with the wood. I wouldn't even know how I would have got it. I've just got actually a stitch in my leg at the moment. Do you know, what's it called? Is it a stitch? Yeah, it's like so sore. What does that mean? I went to yoga today. That's probably what that means. Too much yoga. Or maybe I'm not doing it properly, but anyway, I think it's gone. Sorry about that. Anyway, so he comes over and he picks it up and he's like, oh, I've got my van. Could you help me carry it? And to be fair, it is very, very light with two people holding each side of it because it doesn't have the clothes and the shoes or anything on it. So I was like, yeah, no problem. So we take it out of my studio door and it fits. It just slides out by like a millimeter. Like I'm not even joking. And now I feel like, I've done the couch and all these other items and stuff. And I was like, I feel like I'm a professional removalist at this point. Not liking it, but I just feel like I know how to get outside my door now with shapes and sizes and stuff. Anyway, we go down the stairs and it doesn't fit. And we've got to turn it on an angle and it takes us ages to do that. And we think we're going to be stuck in the staircase. And then we were stuck in the staircase. So we had to turn it upside down. And we finally got it out of the building and we get it to the van. And once again, it's a hot day. He's sweating. I'm sweating. I'm just like, oh my God, like this is so gross. And he opens the van. We go to put it in and it's way too tall for the van. Like this is how big this thing was. And he had a big van too. He's like, oh shit. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, I didn't really know what to, and I felt bad for him now because we've gotten this far. It's out of the house now. Like it's on the side of the road. He's bought a van. He's committed. And I was like, all right, like, I said, maybe I'll get the Allen key and we can like take half of it down. And he's like, to fit it in, which is a top bit that wouldn't fit him. And he's like, yeah, let's do that. So I get the Allen key and then we do that. And I felt bad. And I know he's moving and he's probably hired the van for a couple of hours. So, we're now on the main road in Enmore with cars going past. It's 32 degrees and we're trying to, Allen key it as fast as possible just to get it in his van. And then we do that and then he pays $25 or $30, whatever I asked for. But once again, at that point, I felt bad that it didn't fit in his van and he had to like disassemble half of it to put in the van and then he'll have to assemble half of it again when he gets to his house. So I felt guilty when he was transferring me the money because he didn't bring cash because he's like, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, that's okay. And then I was like trying to give him like my pay ID number so he could transfer me money. At that point, I was literally about to say, do you know what? Like, you can just have it for free. Like I was about to say it and I was like, no, you're always being too nice. You need this cash for yourself. You're not rich at all. You need to survive. So I didn't. But once again, I felt guilty, like I was doing something wrong. And I'm like, Facebook Marketplace is just not for me. It is not for me. Like it's just, I just kept every time someone bought something from me, I felt bad that I should just give it to them for free and not charge them. And I don't know why. It's crazy. I'm crazy. But anyway, then yeah. So what was I gonna say after that? That's it. So in conclusion with this, then I had things like, a NutriBullet and plates and cups and all these other things like that was, left there that I couldn't bring with my move and stuff like that, because it was like doubling on stuff, and they were good. They were all good stuff and stuff that I bought. And I was just like, and yes, I could give it to Vinny's for free, but I didn't have a car. So how would I get it there? And the real estate was coming, that the cleaners were coming the next day. So everything had to be out of that studio that day. Do you get what I mean? So whoever was buying stuff, I'm like, I needed it out of my house that day. So I got all like the plates and NutriBullet and just really things like that, cups that people, and put it in a big giant box. And then I uploaded it on Facebook and said free. And I said, here we go. Let's see what happens there. Surely I know when I moved out of home for my first time in Bondi, we got everything on the side of the road and stuff. So if Facebook Marketplace existed back then, that would have been amazing, because I would have loved to go into someone's house and had a NutriBullet and all my cups and my mugs and my plates and my knives and just pillowcases and cushions that I had. I was giving so much stuff for free because at this point they didn't sell, and I was just like, just get rid of it. And free, that was another thing. People like, do you have a car? Do you have a car? Like, do you have a car where you could drive it over to me? And I'm like, no, I'm giving it for free. Like, you come here and pick it up. Like, so wild, so crazy. And yeah, no one came that day to get it for free. That wasn't that surprise. There wasn't that many people. I had 3,000 clicks for the fucking mushroom photos and the jellyfish, but I had like 80 clicks for the free with all these stupid people saying, could you bring it to me? So I needed it gone, and I was a first timer with Airtasker. So I went on Airtasker and I put up $50 for anyone that can come to the house to pick up all this stuff, and took a photo, which wasn't that much stuff at all. I put it in a corner and said, you can either give it to charity, keep it, or dispose of it. So whoever's coming over is getting paid $50 to literally get free stuff. I'm paying you to give you stuff that you could sell or keep for yourself. It's a good deal situation. Anyway, I had this guy message me, young kid, would have been like 19 or something, saying, yep, no problems, I'll take the job, blah, blah, blah. And before that, anyone, like I said, this is different to Facebook Marketplace, but I'm so new to Airtasker as well. So I had all these people saying, I'll do it for $150. I'm like, who are you? Suck a fucking wank, right? And it's like little plates and stuff in a corner to take away from my house that you could sell or keep, and you're trying to charge me $180 and I'm advertising at $50. Get the fuck out of here. So then this little like 19-year-old guy was like, no problems, I will be there within 30 minutes. I was like, that is service, really? That's crazy. Like, that's wild. So then he came over in 30 minutes and he was like with his friend, and they were like professional. They had like gloves. No, I even said you need to bring your own boxes and stuff. They brought these Kmart boxes over and they packed all the plates. They walked in, they said, hello sir, how are you, where is everything? I was like, they called me sir, and I was like so authoritative. I was like, oh my god, like their mum and dad has raised them so well, like, you guys need to go out and make your own money. I mean, I didn't have Airtasker when I was their age, and they're going out there, and good on them. They're making good money just to do something. It literally took them, I'm not even joking, like 5 minutes to do it. So they're making good money if a lot of people are advertising to do this. And I said, you guys can keep it. And they were going through like, wow, there's good stuff in here. And I was like, yeah, I know. And they're like, they took it out, put in the boxes and put it in the car. And they're like, anything else? I said, thank you so much. And then they're like, that's it. And then, they complete the task, and then I've got to pay them to transfer the money. And I think I advertised for $50 once again. I felt so bad that I was doing something wrong, like I was ripping people off, or I didn't pay them well. So I tipped them $10, so they gave them $60, so they got $30 each. Once again, I'm not rich. I don't know why I'm doing this. But yeah, so like Facebook Tasker and Airtasker, it's just not for me. I have this like weird feeling that I'm just like, I feel like bad. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. But All in all, I will never use Facebook Tasker. I will never use Facebook Marketplacer again. It was horrible, the stress that you go through. Oh, all in all, out of all those things, ladies and gentlemen, guess what didn't sell? My fucking plants. Plants and these nice pots and everything. I was advertising them for $100 because they're worth way more than that. They're beautiful big plants. I got so desperate, I went down to $20 each. I'm not even joking. $20 each. No one bought them. So you know what I did? I literally knocked on my neighbor's door who lives across from me that I've only seen once, and he's been there for 2 years. And I knocked on the door. I could hear him cooking, and this is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, mind you. And he didn't answer the door. And I was like, oh, and then I heard the music turn off. I went knock, knock, knock to give him the plants for free. And I could hear him staring there because he lives in a studio too. So it's a very small space. So he stood there and like did not answer the door. Like, what if I needed help? What if something like, what if I've been attacked or something, or I needed something and he's not answering the door? Like, I felt like saying, I can hear you. Like, I can see your shadow under the door. Like, why are you not answering it? I live across from you. This is so weird. Anyway, so that's on him. Weirdo. You're going to get free plants. So then I went down the hallway, and there's this lovely couple who live there, who have a dog, and they're about to have a baby in, I think, 3 weeks' time. So they would have had the baby by now. Congratulations. And I said, hey, like, do you want plants? They're like, yeah. Who doesn't love plants? So he came down and goes, are you sure you want to give these? These are amazing. I'm like, you know what? Have them. You're about to have a baby. This will bring life into your house. I'm excited for you guys. Congratulations. He's like, thank you so much. So brought him over, and I'm so glad I ended up not selling them. Well, look, I would have loved the money, but you know what? Money's money. You can't bring your money to your grave. But at least it's going to make him and his wife and newborn baby that they're about to have fun, and some new plants and some new life, literally new life in their house. And I'm excited that it's going to a good home, so I'd rather it go to them. And then, yeah, I got everything out of the house, and that was my first experience on Facebook Marketplace. If you have a story about Facebook Marketplace, any True Tall Tales, I'd love for you to reach out to me on the socials, or True Tall Tales, True Tall Tales podcast @gmail.com. If you want to send your story to me, I can talk about it on the show. Or if you want to come on the show and talk to me about it, I'd love to hear all about it, because I'm sure there's many of you that have got crazy stories. Like I said, I'm a late bloomer, but I'll never use it again. I'll leave it at that. My name's Sunny Boy. You're listening to True Tall Tales. Be good in the world, guys. Just give someone a smile every day. It makes you feel good. I'll speak to you soon. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Adios, amigos. Bye.